Hi, my name is John DaCosta. I'm making a short video today because I want to talk to you about this beautiful Archtop jazz guitar made by Carl Johnson Albanus. Carl Johnson Albanus was a Swedish guitar maker. It's thought that he made between 50 and 70 odd guitars between the sort of 40s and probably mid-60s. This is probably an early 50s model, and it's a beautiful guitar. It's completely hand built. As you can see, it has a really, whether you can see, it has a very violinistic look about it in terms of the way that this tailpiece is made, the way that the bridge is put together, and the shape. Obviously the F-holes, etc. It's just a beautiful guitar. It has a floating early 1950s Diamond floating bridge pickup there, single volume control inset into the pickguard here. Even the machine heads are all made by Mr. Albanus, who's sadly no longer with us, but he didn't put a serial number on his guitars, or indeed a label. This one certainly doesn't have a label, although I believe some of his guitars do have a label on it. But these brass machine heads have an A inscribed on the back, and one of which is upside down, which is one of the sort of quirky things he did to give his guitars the Albanus factor, and prove that he was the man that made them. And it's obviously his name on the headstock, whether you can see that or not, with mother of pearl inlays designating that. So it's a fine guitar. I acquired it. I fell in love with it when I saw it, and from a private collector, and bought the guitar, and I've been very proud to have owned it over the last 4 years or so. It's actually been sold, and it's been shipped to Arizona tomorrow to its new owner, a guy called Dick Curtis, an American who lives in Arizona. Dick's a lovely guy, a jazz guitar player, a proper guitarist, I should say, and he knew Carl Johnson Albanus when Dick was a kid. Carl Albanus wasn't, but he knew of him, and he knew people who knew him, and Dick in fact already owns two Albanus guitars. So Dick will be the owner of 3 Albanus guitars, which may make him the largest owner of Albanus guitars in the world. Anyway, it's going to the right guy. Dick's a really great guy, and so he's a great guitar player. I think there's a few clips on him playing in YouTube. And we're really proud to be able to, I'm really proud to be able to send this over. The guitar is being shipped by my friends from World Guitars in Stonehouse, www.worldguitars.com. A great guitar store. They ship guitars right across the world. I didn't want to take the responsibility of packing this guitar, because it needs to be packed in a certain type of way, and Jeff from World Guitars has kindly offered to pack it and ship it for me. So thank you, Jeff from World Guitars, and anybody looking to buy a guitar. World Guitars are the biggest distributors of PRS guitars, by the way, and a couple of great guys in there as well. So Jeff and Mark. A bit of advertising there for World Guitars, and which is deserved, I should say. Anyway, this guitar's going. As you can see, Dick, it's in great nick. It's in great order. It all works. Everything's fine. I think the strings on this guitar are completely hopeless. I have to say, I took them off to ship the guitar, and then I realised that I wanted to make this video for my own kind of prosperity, I guess. And then I put some strings on, and I just put the only set of strings I could find, and these strings are not very good. So apologies. I'm unable to necessarily put together any tune that would do the guitar justice, I'm afraid. However, that's unimportant, because Dick Curtis, when he gets it, will put some proper strings on and play some proper jazz on this guitar I'm sure when he gets it, and hopefully we'll make a YouTube video of him doing that, and so we can all share in it. So that's about it, I think. There's nothing else to say about it, except I'm really pleased to have owned this piece of history. I'm very pleased that it's been sold, and the new owner really wants the guitar and loves the guitar and understands the history of the guitar. To put it into some perspective, I think if it had D'Angelico on the headstock as opposed to Albanus on the headstock, it might have been worth, I don't know, from 15 to 30,000 pounds, I guess, because they go for a lot of money. And but the guitar is every bit as good, and for the people who know about Albanus guitars and D'Angelico guitars and similar types of Archtop guitars, they would probably endorse that fact, but it isn't, and it's a piece of history, and it needs to go to somebody who understands that. So the value is, which I'm not going to disclose on this video, is really in the hands of the owner, I guess. But it's a great story. If you want to find out more about Albanus guitars, I'd say there are not many around left in the country. This might have been the only Albanus in the UK. I certainly haven't seen any others. Going to America now, of course. But I think there's a few things. There's a Google thing I read that said possibly Albanus guitar is one of the rarest guitars in the world, but I don't know about that. But it's a lovely looking guitar, as hopefully you can see from this video. There's no one on the other side of the camera, so I have to rely upon the camera angle being right to pick all of this up. So hopefully it's doing that, because we ain't going to shoot this again. So that's it, really. That's all I want to say about it. I'm pleased to have owned it. Thank you very much for allowing me that opportunity, although I did buy it out of my hard-earned cash. I'm pleased it's going to a new owner, and it's been great having you, but it's time to go, as they say. So bye-bye, Albanus. Anyone watching this video, they'll thank you, and anyone who wants to know more about Albanus, they can find out online, and maybe they can pick up some videos with Dick playing it in the future. But thank you very much, and over from me. I've got to go and switch the video off now. Keep the guitar safe in the meantime.